things, like, from the box and stuff. And then something she does make by recipe and stuff, like ham and scalloped potatoes and hamburger over mash. Amazing. And then, okay, this is not her recipe, it's my grandma's recipe, but it's peach tum cake. That is like legit to die for. And I was like, wait, to make it even better, you put ice cream on top of it. Like, it's so good that I would like to be buried in a coffin full of it. Just kidding, no, I wouldn't. But it is really good though. Um, Number two would be her never give up thing, like, because okay, when I was younger, when I was in kindergarten, I did not want to learn how to read. I hated reading. I hated having to learn words. And it was funny because I would say those words like and on a daily basis, and I wouldn't know how to say them. I would just say like a weird random word and then like laugh at it because I thought it was funny. I didn't realize how serious the situation was and how serious and needed to know how to read. And I also really struggled with reading for like 3 years. No, not 3 years, 2 years. Cause like in kindergarten I didn't know how to read, and then first grade I didn't know how to read. I just liked looking at pictures, and then in second grade I knew how to read a little bit, but I was still kind of struggling with it. So it was technically 3 years, but no, not really 3 years because I did know how to read in some form during second grade. But yeah, she was like determined to let me know and have me learn how to read because like that's an important factor of life. Like you kind of have to know how to read because you're going to be reading a lot of things in everyday life. Number three would have to be her like wanting me to be like included in things because like I've never been a very outgoing type of person. Like I guess I am now because I do make a YouTube channel and it is posting and sharing people all over the world like who I am as a person, regardless of what you think of me, or regardless if you have an opinion about me. This is who I really am. Uh, but yeah, she always wanted me to be included in things so that way I wouldn't be so shy because I know people probably think I'm not shy because I'm posting on YouTube, but it's me talking to a camera. It's not me talking to somebody in person and having them like know all of these things. Granted, I do talk to people like that I know in person on social media and stuff. I won't give out any names though, just because I'd rather that stay private for now. Um, but yeah, I do talk to people on social media, and some of them are like really close friends. Others of them are like newly discovered friendships. Technically, no, because we've talked for a couple months. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into that story for another time, way in the future. Um, but anyways, yeah, like she helped me get into Girl Scouts, and then now I play soccer, so I'm included in things way more, so that way I can like expand myself and like explore new things and see what I like, um, and like just be able to like communicate with people more because I've always been a shy person. I don't like talking in front of large crowds. If I do, I sweat and my hands get clammy and my tongue goes dry. Um, Ignore that yelling in the background if you heard that. My brother's out on our deck singing at the top of his lungs to, I think it's 21 Pilots. Pretty sure. I don't know for sure. Um, that could be like fighting sirens too, but I don't know. Number four would have to be, well, let me think for a minute. Oh yeah. always, like, congratulating me on things, like, or, like, supporting me in things, because, like, I've always been hard on myself for things, like, I need to be perfect at this, I need to be perfect at that, like, whatever I'm doing, I must be absolutely perfect at it, and math is, like, one of those things I want to be perfect at just because I hate it so much. Least favorite subject in the entire realm of school life. Um, but I want to be good at it so that way I don't have to worry about failing it. Because, like, granted, I am on an IEP right now, so it's not a big deal. Um, but I just don't like being one of those kids that has to worry about their grades so much. Like, I feel like every person worries about their grades, but if you're, like, someone who's, like, entirely smart and you get straight A's on everything, then it's like, you don't have to worry about it. Like, if you mess up on a test, you'll go down to a B, but it's not that bad. B's are okay. They're not as great as getting an A, but it's not failing. Um, and I have failed in math before. 6th grade, worst year of my life, man. Ugh. Like, my math teacher just had no sense of, like, sympathy at all. Like, in the last quarter, she was sympathetic because she gave me a D to let me pass on to the 7th grade and just move on with life, which was awesome because 7th grade, a lot of things happened that I wasn't proud of, but majority of it was awesome. And I had the most awesome, best social studies teacher I've ever had in my life. Because it was, like, so fun, and I always felt like I was smart and stuff. Anyways, number 5? Yeah, 5. Would have to be, like, her being able to get along with me and my brother. Because it's two teenagers living in a house, and her, because, like, my dad, he would be here, but of course he's in rehabilitation right now. Basically, because, like, okay, me and my brother never got along up until now. We didn't get along that much. We still don't get along that well, but we're getting there. Because, like, we would always go on those things, like, you ever have an argument with your sibling where it's like, they say, shut up, and you say, shut up yourself? That's how we were when I was 6 and he was 10. We're 4 years apart, so, yeah. And, like, we still get in arguments now. Like, we had an argument over whether or not I was funny, or if I was sarcastic enough. Because, like, sometimes I always kind of feel like my mom humors me when I'm making jokes because she doesn't want me to feel like I'm not a funny person, but I guess she does think I'm funny. Like, I don't know. But my brother has always felt like I'm the most sarcastic person you'll ever meet in your life. Nah, I'm pretty sure I can find more sarcastic people than you, but he is relatively funny, so that's nothing to spit at. But yeah, living with two teenagers, not an easy doing. It's hard enough just living with one, but living with two that are 4 years apart and are different genders, yeah, not a cup of tea. Not at all. Then number 6 would have to be, her making me feel better after things, like when I was younger and I got a boo-boo or whatever, she would make sure that, like, I was okay and everything and that, like, I would feel better and stuff. And also, like, this was partly my dad and her thing, but after I'd go get a shot at the doctor's, I'd be able to get, like, a soda pop or something. Like, we would stop at like, those like strawberry and green apple, I'm thinking. No, it was lime. And then like orange creamsicle sodas. We would go and we'd stop and we'd get one of those. We'd all three get one of those, and we'd drink them. And that was a fun memory because like I never liked doctors, I never liked dentists, which there is a story about that I will get into tomorrow because it's just too long of a story to get into today. And we're already at 12 minutes, so gotta move on quickly. But yeah, it always her being able to like, make sure that like, I wasn't gonna dwell on it forever. Cause like, as I said, I've gotten my heart broken before, and she helped me like, get over it, realize that okay, it's not gonna happen, just move on with life. You'll always be friends with that person. No matter what. At least I hope so anyways. But we probably will because we go to the same church, so that is kind of hard to separate that. Well, except for college, but that's like 4 years away from now, so. Well, technically it's 3 for him because he's a freshman, but it's 4 for me because I'm going to be a freshman next year. But okay, we'll just stop talking about that now. That's like just wasting time. Number 7 would be tolerating my teenage girl angst. Like the wanting nice clothes, wanting makeup, wanting to go shopping every time I get my birthday money or my Christmas money or whatever. Like I do save it up for things because like I saved up my Christmas money to go and, well, a part of it to go get this laptop and webcam that I have now. Cause like I wanted one of my own so that way I wouldn't have to go like borrow my brother's all the time. Cause that's always hard to do considering he's always on it. And like, yeah. So just tolerating all those things and wants. And also my desire to want to be looking good or looking pretty or whatever just cause every girl wants to look pretty. And then number 8 would have to be like taking me places like Great Lodge, KI, the movies, Laser Craze, Dave & Buster's. I can name a whole bunch of places that we go to that I love. Because like okay, sorry there. I was just listening to what my mom was listening to out in our living room right now. Because if you heard la 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 la, that's her listening to a video we watched earlier today. It's good and funny at the same time. It's supposed to be like about something more than that. And it is. It's really good though. But there's like just parts of it that like you don't quite understand, if you know what I mean. Anyways, but yeah, just like being able to like take me places and everything, cause like she bought me a KI pass, like gold pass this year, which also means if anyone that I go to school with that subscribed to this channel wants to go to hang out Kings Island this summer, all ups for that, man. That doesn't mean like go blow up my phone right now and say, hey, do you want to go to KI the very first day we're out of school? Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing after that, because we may be busy or whatever. I don't know. My schedule for summer is never thrilling, but this summer will be cool because I'm going to Chicago with my youth group. That's my fun because I'm not going to Washington. I didn't get my money in time, so sorry for all those that were hoping that I would be coming. But I got my own ways of communicating with you. Um, anyways, number 9, ah, this is hard to do, would be, what? Uh, Thinking, this is so hard. There's so many things. I gotta choose one. Sorry if there's like long pauses of like me not speaking here. It's just, yeah. Okay, I'll just speak about this one, then I'll speak about the biggest one. This one is the second biggest one, but it's her tolerating, the whole boy situation. Oh, this is so embarrassing to talk about, but even I do have my moments where I'm like, oh, like, hey, where I'm like that. Oh gosh, that's embarrassing as heck. Ugh. Um, but yeah, like her helping me like realize, okay, right now it's not totally important. Like if it happens, amazing, awesome, wonderful, even. But it's not like the biggest part of life right now. Like she understands it though because she went through sort of the same thing as me. Um, but it's like, yeah, because like I think all teenage girls can relate to that, like the whole liking of guys. Um, anyways, uh, number 10 would be, um, her being able to like move on because, okay, we lived with my, grandparents for like pretty much majority of my childhood. Um, and at the time when I was like younger, I thought it was fun because, I love my grandparents, everything. Like especially my mama and everything because she was like really sweet and such. Sadly they've both passed away, but um, I still miss them and everything. But I'll look at pictures and it makes me feel better. And I'll remember things too. Like okay, for example, me and my papa, he always treated me really well because I was like the baby of the family, like up until my little cousins came around. But um, up until then, I was the baby of the family. Like towards the end, he started losing his mind because he got Alzheimer's. But before then, he was like always really nice to me. And my favorite memory would be me and him would sit on the couch and we would look at his hunting magazines, and he had 3 different hunting magazines, and we would look at the dogs, and there was always this pink shotgun that I was like, can you get that for me? Can you get that for me? And he was like, when you're older, I'll get that for you. And we would look at all of them and everything and stuff, and that was like my favorite memory ever with him, you know. And then my mama would probably be, this is sort of similar to it, but when we would like read books in our recliner chair and everything. I've already talked about this in my favorite childhood books video, but it's such a good memory. It's hard to not talk about it more than once. But like her and me like snuggling up in the recliner chair and like reading books, and she would even let me sometimes make the story more interesting. Like I got this book called The Green Ghost of Appleville, and I would like read, and it wouldn't even be the real world. It wouldn't even, it wouldn't even be the real words on the page, but she would let me hold the book and like make the story more interesting, which is why I got my love of writing and reading, and want to be a writer when I grow up, which is what I want to be right now, anyways. Probably won't change that much because I'm determined to write a book at some point in my teenage life. Um, but anyways, uh, yeah, like her always being able to like move on because like of course I just said we lived there for a good part of my childhood, pretty much the majority of it. And then we left because the house was just falling apart and my grandparents were gone, and my family just was being very dysfunctional at that time, and things just weren't going well for us financially. And so we moved here to our apartment, and now we're safe and happy and healthy, and you know, don't have to worry about any of your everyday needs. Because like, you know how like a lot of people take majority of their clothes for like granted, and like there's like certain things that they wear all the time. Like, say you have a favorite pair of Jordans. You wear that pair of Jordans every day, and then you realize you got like 6 more pairs of Jordans that you've not touched once, and you're still growing, so obviously your foot is growing with you, and you realize you have to wear those, otherwise they're not going to get worn, and you just wasted all your money on those. Well, you take those for granted because you feel like, they're always going to be there, they're never going to outgrow you. But for me, I always had to like the pair of shoes I bought, because that was my pair of shoes all year round. I didn't get to go shopping for clothes every single month or every few months, I didn't get to go to shoe conventions and look at all the new Jordans that were out. I don't do that now either. I want to do that, but I just don't know how to do that because my mom wouldn't understand why I would want to go to it. Nor would my mom. No, can't talk today. Nor would my brother or my dad. Not that he could take me there anyways, but yeah. I know people who go to those. I will be honest, I do know. But, I don't know if they go to them either, just because they wear Jordan a lot doesn't mean they go to those, but anyways, yeah. So those are the 10 reasons why I love my mom so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a safe rest of your Mother's Day. Bye.